Good morning, students. See, in yesterday class, we discussed regarding classification of alcohols and nomenclature of alcohols. Now, in today's class, we are going to discuss about the preparation methods of alcohols. See, the first preparation method is from alkenes. So, preparation of alcohols from alkenes. I'll take an examples here. Ethylene, so addition of water to ethylene. Actually, ethylene cannot react with water directly. Addition of water to ethylene takes place in the presence of dilute H2SO4. So, in the presence of dilute H2SO4, addition of water to alkenes gives alcohols. Now, here you can get CH3, CH2, OH. This is nothing but ethylene. So, ethylene gives ethyl alcohol. This is the product. Then how this reaction takes place? What is the mechanism of this reaction? So this mechanism, what we are going to discuss here, this is very important. Almost every year they are asking question. In this chapter, there are two mechanisms. One is hydration of alkenes to give alcohol, and one more mechanism is exactly reverse mechanism, dehydration of alcohols to give alkenes. So what the mechanism we are going to discuss? Exactly reverse mechanism is for dehydration of alcohols. Out of these two mechanisms, every year they are asking compulsory one mechanism for 3 marks. In a second question of organic part, picture this is. Now let us say, what is the mechanism of this reaction? Actually, this reaction takes place in 3 steps. Then what is the first step? Step 1. So the first step is nothing but H2O plus H plus. So protonation of water nothing but gives H3O plus. You are taking dilute H2SO4. In dilute H2SO4, H2SO4 provides a proton, and that proton will be accepted by water molecule to form hydronium ion. Now this is nothing but called as hydronium ion. Now this hydronium ion can act as electrophile. The electrophilic attack of this hydronium ion on alkene takes place. As you know, in first piece you have studied alkenes mainly undergo electrophilic addition reaction. That means the electrophilic attack takes place on alkene. Means what will happen here is plus H3O plus gives rise. Now here this H3O plus attacks this carbon atom. This is an electrophile which will attract electrons. So this electron pair is gained by this carbon atom. So when this electron pair is gained by this carbon atom, just here this becomes like this. C, H, H, single bond, CH2. And this becomes minus, this becomes plus. First, the electron pair is transferred here. And then this C minus donates a proton to H plus, which is provided from H3O plus. Okay. Then the H plus will be attached here. So H plus will be attached here. Just 1 minute. So those who are not interested, just quit from the class. Don't chat with others while doing a class. Just switch off your just keep your class, keep your video on mute. Otherwise, just quit the class. That's all. Those who are interested, listen to the class. Not interested, you just quit the class. Otherwise, keep your audio as well as video in mute. Okay. Right. Now here, First, addition of proton takes place to alkene and gives this is nothing but ethyl carbocation. Carbocation is formed. Nothing but ethyl carbocation is formed. Now, this is the first step. Next, step 2. See, after transfer of proton to ethylene, water molecule will be remain here. This is step 1. Okay. Now, step 2. Now, what the carbocation formed here? CH3, CH2 plus. And this will be attacked by a water molecule. See, water molecule contains 2 lone pairs of electrons. So, this is nothing but a nucleophilic attack. So, the nucleophilic attack of water on carbocation takes place. That means this oxygen donates a lone pair of electrons to carbon C plus and forms protonated alcohol will be formed. CHOH. Sorry, this is H, and here OH2 plus. Just already substitute clearly. OH. See now here, by donating electron pair, O becomes O plus. And by gaining electron pair, C plus becomes C. So this is compound what is formed called as protonated alcohol. So this is called as protonated alcohol. So nucleophilic attack of water molecule on carbocation gives protonated alcohol. This is second step. Now step 3. Now from this protonated alcohol, CH, this is the protonated alcohol what is formed here. Now from this protonated alcohol, a proton will be removed. That means, see here, from this OH electron pair will be gained by oxygen and H plus gets separates. By gaining this OH electron pair, O plus becomes O. That means loss of proton takes place. Now the product formed here is CH3, CHOH plus H plus. So loss of proton from a protonated alcohol gives ethyl alcohol as product. So this is the mechanism for this reaction. So this is a very important mechanism for PU's examination for 3 marks. See, once again I will explain here. Addition of water to ethylene in the presence of dilute H2SO4 gives ethyl alcohol. This is the overall reaction. Then what is the mechanism for this reaction? Step 1. So protonation of water gives hydronium ion, which can act as an electrophile. The electrophilic attack of this hydronium ion on ethylene. When this H3O plus attacks this ethylene, these pi electrons are gained by carbon. Nothing but this is an electromeric effect. Then H3O plus transfer a proton to this carbon. Then by losing electron pair, C becomes C plus. That means we will get a carbocation. So electrophilic attack of hydronium ion on alkene gives a carbocation. This is step 1. Next, step 2. The nucleophilic attack of water on carbocation. So water donates, that means oxygen of water molecule donates a lone pair of electrons to C plus and forms a protonated alcohol. This is called protonated alcohol. This is second step. Now third step. From the protonated alcohol, loss of proton takes place. In water, the OH electron pair is gained by oxygen and O plus becomes O, and from this this hydrogen get eliminated as H plus. Then we can get alcohol. Okay, so this is an asymmetrical alkene, ethylene. Suppose if you take a propene or a 1-butene, like that if you take unsymmetrical alkenes, in case of unsymmetrical alkenes, the addition takes place according to Markovnikov rule. Let us take two other examples I'll tell you here. Now, other than symmetrical alkene, if you take an unsymmetrical alkene, for example, I'm going to take a propene, CH3 single bond CH double bond CH2. This is propene. Now, addition of water to propene in the presence of same dilute H2SO4. Then here two possibilities are there. We may add OH here and H here, or H here and OH here. Now here, addition of water molecules to alkenes takes place according to Markovnikov rule. What is Markovnikov rule? The negative part of the added molecule is attached to the carbon which contains a less number of hydrogen atoms. Now, out of these two carbons, which contains less number of hydrogens here? Now, negative part of water molecule is OH minus. That means OH minus will be attached here, H plus will be attached here. So if you take a water molecule like this, if you split as a HOH, now this OH minus part is attached here and H plus part will be attached here. Negative part will be added to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogen as per Markovnikov rule. Now it gives CH3 single bond CH OH CH3. This is the major product formed according to Markovnikov rule. Okay. Then what is the name of this compound? This is isopropyl alcohol. Like this. So this is addition of water molecules to alkene to give alcohols, which takes place according to Markovnikov rule. Now, say one more method is there, alternate method. Same addition of water molecule to ethylene takes place, that is alkenes takes place in the presence of H2SO4. Not dilute here, we will take concentrate. See, same. Alkenes can be converted to alcohols by using H2SO4 in alternate method. What is that alternate method? First, alkene H2C double bond CH2 is allowed to react with a concentrated H2SO4. Not dilute H2SO4, here we will take a concentrated H2SO4. Now, this H2SO4 will split into H plus and HSO4 minus. Proton and hydrogen sulfate ion. Out of that, H plus will be attached at this carbon and HSO4 is attached at this carbon. Then what you will get? CH3, CH2, OSO3H. So this is called as ethyl hydrogen sulfate. This is ethyl hydrogen sulfate. So first addition of concentrated H2SO4 to alkene gives alkyl hydrogen sulfate, that is ethyl hydrogen sulfate. Now this compound what is formed here, this is subjected to hydrolysis by reacting with water. Nothing but this process is hydrolysis. What is hydrolysis? Decomposition of a compound by reacting with water is called hydrolysis. Now this ethyl hydrogen sulfate react with water, then we can get CH3, CH2, OH plus H2SO4. What the H2SO4 we have used in the beginning, the same H2SO4 can be reproduced. The overall reaction is nothing but to ethylene molecule, a water molecule is added to give ethyl alcohol. So this is the method which is used commercial. Commercially, from ethylene, we can produce ethyl alcohol by this method. First, addition of H2SO4 to ethylene gives ethyl hydrogen sulfate. And this ethyl hydrogen sulfate, what is formed here, that on hydrolysis gives ethyl alcohol, and H2SO4 is regenerated, what we have used in the beginning. So this is the preparation of alcohols from alkenes by reacting with water in the presence of H2SO4. Right. This is the first method. Now, come to the second method. This is also from alkenes only, but the reagents what we are going to use is different. Now, the second method from preparation of alcohols from alkenes is nothing but hydroboration oxidation. Preparation of alcohols from alkenes by hydroboration oxidation method. Okay, right. Now, so in this process, this reaction was two process. The first step is hydroboration. The second step is nothing but oxidation. In two stages, the reaction takes place. Let's say I'm going to take an alkene here, CH3, CH double bond, CH2. So when this is allowed to react with diborane, so reagent what we are using here is B2H6 diborane in THF. THF means nothing but tetrahydrofuran. So this is tetrahydrofuran. BHF, sorry, diborane in the presence of tetrahydrofuran. No. So this B2H6 can produce two BH3 groups. Now, what the BH3 group produced here, that BH3 group will react to this alkene. Now, first addition of this BH3 group takes place to alkene. Then how the addition takes place? From BH3, hydrogen is attached to the carbon atom which contains less number of hydrogens, and BH2 group means boron is bonded to the carbon which contains more number of hydrogens. So during addition of BH3 to alkene, boron in the form of BH2 is attached to the carbon which contains more number of hydrogen, and a hydrogen is attached to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogen. Then what you will get here, if you add one hydrogen here, this becomes CH3, CH2, CH2, BH2. Boron is attached to the carbon which contains more number of hydrogens. Okay. That means overall process is one hydrogen from diborane is transferred to this carbon, and this alkyl group is attached to boron. This is. Now, the same process will continue in two more steps. Now, what is the next steps here? Now, this compound what is formed here still contains two more hydrogens. This can react with one more molecule of alkene. Just like as earlier, hydrogen is attached here and this remaining boron is attached here. Then what the product you will get here is CH3, CH2, CH2 taken twice BH. One more alkene molecule is attached to BH3. Now, what the compound formed here? Still it contains one more hydrogen. So this is called as alkyl borane. Nothing but this is propyl borane. And this is dipropyl borane. Boron hydrates are termed as boranes. So this is a dipropyl borane. And this can further react with one more molecule of alkane. CH3, CH double bond, CH2. And then, just like as earlier, hydrogen will be transferred here. and this alkyl propyl group is attached to boron. Then we can get a tripropyl borane. CH3 taken thrice B. This process is called as hydroboration. That means 3 moles of alkene will be added to 1 mole of BH3. So during hydroboration, 3 moles of alkene will react with 1 mole of BH3 and we can get a trialkyl borane. The overall process is in each step one hydrogen transferred to alkene and becomes alkyl. That alkyl group is attached to boron. Like that, in 3 steps, 3 hydrogens are transferred to 3 moles of alkene and we can get a trialkyl borane. This is nothing but a tripropyl borane. This is the first step, hydroboration. Next, oxidation. And what is a tripropyl borane formed here? And this is subjected to oxidation in the presence of H2O2 in alkaline medium. See, hydrogen peroxide can act as oxidizing agent in acidic medium as well as in basic medium also, even in neutral medium. Now, this tripropyl borane, what is formed here? That on oxidation with H2O2 in the presence of alkali medium, we can get alcohol. See, I'll tell you in simple manner. Actually, this is not exact manner. For a mechanism, around 3-4 steps are there. A simple technique I'll tell you here. CH3, CH2, CH2 taken thrice, B is there. And here this we are going to react with H2O2. H2O2 contains 2 OH groups. Like that, take 3 moles. And 3 alkyl groups combines with 3 OH groups and forms 3 moles of propyl alcohol. And 3 OH groups attached to boron and gives boric acid H3BO3. BOH taken thrice. 3 alkyl groups combines with 3 OH groups and forms 3 moles of propyl alcohol. CH3, CH2, CH2OH. And the remaining 3 OH groups combines with boron and forms BOH taken thrice. This BOH taken thrice is nothing but a boric acid called as orthoboric acid H3BO3. Nothing but this is the structure BOH, OH. This is the structure of boric acid, orthoboric acid called as. So what we are using as a powder used in carom boards. Carom board powder is nothing but boric acid. It is having a smoothness, means it can reduce the friction between the board and coins. That's why this boric acid is used in carom boards. Okay, right. This is the total process, hydroboration, oxidation. Okay, let us see once again. So first alkene react with the borane, diborane, and 3 moles of alkene will combine with 1 mole of BH3 and forms a trialkyl borane. And this process is called as hydroboration. Now, this trialkyl borane, what is formed here? On oxidation with a hydrogen peroxide in the presence of alkali medium, we can get a propyl alcohol and boric acid. BOH taken thrice or the same we can represent as H3BO3. And this process is called as a hydroboration oxidation. So this is the second preparation method from alkenes to produce alcohols. Now let us see what is the stereochemistry of this reaction. I will show you one example. See, during addition of a molecule to unsymmetrical molecule, the addition takes place in 2 ways. One is syn addition, another is anti-addition. Now here, this hydroboration oxidation takes place according to syn addition. What is this syn addition? Means the added two groups will be attached on the same side. With one example, I'll explain here now. This is an alkene, cyclopentene. This is okay, right? So when this, let us take. I'll take some groups here: methyl and methyl. 1,2 dimethyl cyclopentene. Now, this molecule is subjected to hydroboration oxidation. What we are using for hydroboration? B2H6 by THF. Nothing but called as a tetrahydrofuran. THF means, okay, there is a non-polar solvent. THF means tetrahydrofuran. There is a non-polar solvent. And the second step is oxidation. For oxidation, what we are using? Hydrogen peroxide in the presence of alkali medium. See, the overall process during a hydroboration oxidation is, with earlier example, I'll tell you once. First, CH3, CH double bond, CH2. And from this, what the product we got here? CH3, CH2, CH2, OH. This is the product what we got. Propyl alcohol means at this double bonded carbon, hydrogen and OH is attached here. And this hydroboration oxidation takes place according to anti-Markovnikov rule. This process takes place according to anti-Markovnikov rule. That means negative part. See, if you observe here, OH is attached to the carbon which contains more number of hydrogens. What is Markovnikov rule? Negative part should be attached to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. That is Markovnikov. But in this process, OH minus is attached to the carbon which contains more number of hydrogen. That means the addition takes place according to anti-Markovnikov rule, not Markovnikov rule. And so here we are adding H and OH. From where this H will come and from where this OH will come. So during addition of water molecule to alkene, during hydroboration oxidation, hydrogen from BH3 and OH from H2O2. So now directly water molecule we have not added here. Hydrogen will come from BH3 and OH group will come from H2O2. That means in this process, this hydrogen comes from BH3. This OH comes from hydrogen peroxide H2O2. So this is the addition of alkenes. Now let us see what is stereochemistry. What I said here, according to syn addition, the process takes place. That means the added two groups. What the added two groups here? H and OH. So both H and OH are added from the same side. Now let us take a three-dimensional structure. I'll draw here. This is the molecule. So what I am representing here, solid wedge, that represents the molecule is towards the weir. The molecule is present towards the weir here. Okay. Now, so during addition, syn addition takes place. That means what the H and OH are added, they are present beyond the plane. That means below the plane. That means the product can be represented in three-dimensional manner like this. Solid wedge as it is here for methyl group, and this is also solid wedge for methyl group. CH3, this is CH3. H and OH are added. So I'll represent this with a dashed wedge. H here and OH here. This is. That means without changing in the spatial orientation of the groups at this double bonded carbon atom, the addition takes place here. So this is the stereochemistry of this hydroboration oxidation. This is what is called as a syn addition. That means the two added groups are present on the same side, either below, above the plane or below the plane. This is called as syn addition. Okay, and this anti-Markovnikov, so this hydroboration oxidation takes place according to anti-Markovnikov rule. And during addition of water, the hydrogen comes from BH3 and OH comes from H2O2. And during this hydroboration process, the boron of diborane attached to carbon which has more number of hydrogens. In diborane, boron atom will be attached to the carbon atom which contains more number of hydrogen atoms. Right. This is regarding stereochemistry of this hydroboration oxidation. One more is there, isotopic effect. What is isotopic effect? Let us take an example here. Same that example I'll take here. CH3, CH, double bond, CH2. What we have taken reagents here? Diborane, hydrogen peroxide. Now here, the isotope what you have taken is hydrogen protium. Instead of protium, if you take a deuterium, what are the reaction products? Let us see here. I will take three different cases here now. In first case, I will take a BD3, BH3 or beta6. Either you can represent here. Either BH, beta6 or BH3, both you can represent. BD3 by THF, tetrahydrofuran, and second one is H2O2 in alkaline medium. Same. Second reagent what I am going to take here is BH3 by THF, and second reagent is D2O2 in alkaline medium, OH minus. Now the third one is BD3 in THF by D2O2 in alkaline medium. So same hydroboration process, same molecule. What the difference in these three cases is? The difference in these three cases is nothing but isotopes. In first case in BH3, instead of that I have taken deuterium. This is normal hydrogen peroxide. Here normal diborane is taken, but a heavier hydrogen is present in hydrogen peroxide. In this case, both are heavy hydrogens only. So same molecular formula, same reagents, just we have changed the isotopes of the reagent. Then what are the products formed? Just now I explained here clearly. During addition of water to alkene according to this hydroboration oxidation process, hydrogen will come from BH3 and OH will come from H2O2. Now see, this is the molecule CH3, CH, CH2. Now I have broken pi bond. We have to add H and OH. So H comes from BH3. But here we have taken a BD3. That means deuterium will be attached here. And OH will come from H2O2. That means normal hydrogen peroxide I have taken here. Here OH will be added. This is the product. Now, second case. Same, first I will take CH3, CH, single bond, CH2. Now here BH3 is taken, normal hydrogen. So hydrogen will be attached here as usual. But a heavier hydrogen is present in D2O2. So OD will be attached here, not OH. OD. This is the product here. Now in third case, BD3 and D2O2 both are deuteriums only. So like D and here OD will be attached. So the product is CH3, CH, D, CH2, OD. This is nothing but called as a isotopic effect. Means same molecule and same reagents we have taken here. What the difference in both the cases is the isotopes. In some cases we have taken normal hydrogen, in some other cases we have taken heavier hydrogen. So whatever it may be, during addition of water molecule to alkene, by this hydroboration oxidation, hydrogen will come from hydrogen or deuterium will come from BH3, OH or OD will come from H2O2 or D2O2. So that is the mechanism of this reaction. This is nothing but called as simply isotopic effect. So this is the second preparation method from alkenes. Same process. Here also we have just add water molecule only, but the reagents what you are using are different. So what the difference in earlier case and in this case is, in earlier case, there is in the presence of dilute H2SO4, the addition takes place according to Markovnikov rule. Whereas here, in this case, the addition takes place according to anti-Markovnikov addition. One more. In earlier case, first case what we discussed, addition of water to alkene in the presence of H2SO4. First we will get a carbocation, and that carbocation can undergo rearrangements. That means less stable primary carbocation can be rearranged to more stable secondary or tertiary. Overall, the rearrangements are possible during addition of water in the presence of H2SO4. But during addition of water by this hydroboration process, no rearrangements takes place. Where the double bond is there we will add just H and OH according to anti-Markovnikov. That's all. No rearrangements are possible by this process. But what the first process we discussed, according to that, rearrangements are possible. Means less stable carbocation can be rearranged to give more stable carbocations. Let us see for that rearrangement. I'll give one example here. Right, this is the molecule. Now, if this is allowed to react with, means if we are going to add water molecule in the presence of dilute H2SO4. Okay, right. So here what our expected product as per this mechanism still now what we discussed. So this pi bond will break. Negative part is attached to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogen, and positive part is attached to the carbon which contains more number of hydrogen. Based on that, our expected product is CH3, CH, CH3, CH, OH, CH3. This is our expected product based on the mechanism what we discussed. But this is not the product what is formed here. This is the wrong one. Then what should be the product formed here? See, first from this H plus will be attached to this molecule. First add H plus. If add H plus here, this electron pair is shifted to here and H plus will be added here. This becomes C plus. That means CH3, C, CH3, H, CH plus, CH3. This is the carbocation what is formed here. But what the carbocation formed here? Secondary carbocation. On the adjacent carbon, one methyl group is present as branch. Now here, hydride shift takes place. That is what is called as 1, 2 hydride shift. The same we discussed in haloalkanes also in SN1 mechanism. Rearrangement of carbocations. Now, from this what will happen is, this electron pair is gained by hydrogen. This becomes H minus. This H minus will attack this carbon. Now, by losing electron pair, this carbon becomes C plus. That means CH3, C, CH3, CH2, CH3 plus. This is the carbocation what is formed. Now, see here, this is a secondary carbocation, and what the carbocation formed here is a tertiary carbocation. Secondary carbocation rearranges to give tertiary carbocation. Now, this tertiary carbocation will be attacked by OH minus to give the product. So, what the product formed here? CH3, C, OH, CH3, CH2, CH3. This is the correct product. This is the wrong product. As per this, directly add water molecule. H will be added here, OH will be added here. This is our expected product. But as per mechanism, what we discussed right now, first protonation of alkene takes place to give carbocation. In any case, if less stable carbocation is formed, this less stable carbocation can rearranges to give a more stable carbocation. That more stable carbocation can be attacked by water molecule to give alcohol. This is the product. So this is our expected product, but actual product formed is this one. That means this is what is called as a rearrangements during addition of water molecules. So during addition of water molecule to alkenes in the presence of dilute H2SO4, rearrangement of carbocation takes place. Whereas in hydroboration oxidation, no rearrangement is possible. What the molecule you have taken, directly to that molecule we should add a water molecule according to anti-Markovnikov rule without doing any rearrangements. So this is the second preparation method for alcohols from alkenes only. Now, one more method is there. There is nothing but oxymercuration. And demercuration. This is another method of preparation of alcohols from alkenes. Oxymercuration and demercuration. This is an important one. In objective, they are asking questions based on this. Yeah. And here, this is just similar to earlier what we discussed. There is addition of water to alkenes in the presence of dilute H2SO4. But what the difference there and here is, during addition of water in the presence of dilute H2SO4, rearrangement takes place. But in this oxymercuration, demercuration, addition of water to alkenes takes place without any rearrangements. Without rearrangements, the reaction takes place. Let us see the process here now. And here also the process takes place according to Markovnikov rule only. According to Markovnikov rule, the reaction takes place. And according to this mechanism, no rearrangement takes place. No rearrangement takes place according to this mechanism. Let us see. What is oxymercuration? CH3, CH double bond CH2. Okay. Now, this is alkene. Alkene react with mercuric acetate. Nothing but CH3COO taken twice Hg. Alkenes react with mercuric acetate. Actually, what will happen here is, first this mercuric acetate will split into acetate ion CH3COO minus and CH3COO Hg mercuric acetate splits into acetate and CH3COO Hg and that CH3COO Hg what is formed here, that will attack this alkene. and forms a cyclic intermediate. That means what you will get here is CH3, CH, single bond, CH2, Hg plus OCO, CH3. A cyclic intermediate will be formed. Now, this will be attacked by water molecule H2O. Then, on attacking water, where the water molecule can attack? Two possibilities are there. Water molecule may attack at this carbon or at this carbon. Now, in this process, the water molecule attack the carbon atom which is more substituted. That means this water molecule can attack here at this carbon. When the water molecule attack this carbon, then this bond will break. This bond will be gained by mercury. Oxygen donates electron pair to this carbon. This bonding electron pair is gained by mercury. Then what you will get here is CH3, CH, OH2 plus. Okay, and CH2, Hg, OCO, CH3. And then from this, see here, this electron pair will be gained by oxygen. O becomes O plus with the loss of proton. So with the loss of proton, this forms a CH3, CH, OH, CH2, Hg, OCO, CH3. This process is called oxymercuration. Nothing but alkenes react with mercuric acetate and forms an addition compound here. First it forms CH3CO minus, means minus CH3COO minus. Acetate ion gets separate. CH3COO Hg plus attack this double bond and forms a cyclic compound here. Now this will be attacked by water molecule. Water molecule will attack the carbon which is more substituted. Then this is the intermediate what is formed. Now from this OH2 plus, H plus will get separate and we can get this compound. This process is called oxymercuration. The second step is demercuration. So demercuration is nothing but reduction with NaBH4. Reduction of this compound with NaBH4, and this NaBH4 can produce H minus. But H minus can replace this HgCOCH3. Then what will you get here? CH3, CH, OH, CH3. This is the product what is formed here. This is nothing but oxidation step, and this is nothing but oxymercuration. So this is the mechanism of oxymercuration, demercuration. Overall, the overall equation we can write in a single step like this: CH3, CH double bond, CH2 plus H2O in the presence of the first one, CH3COO taken twice Hg, and the second reagent is NaBH4. Sodium borohydride, this is called as NaBH4. First step is oxymercuration, second step is demercuration, nothing but reduction. Then what we'll get here is the product CH3, CH, OH, CH3. Isopropyl alcohol will be formed as the product. This is the overall reaction. Okay, right. This is mechanism of oxymercuration, demercuration. And what I said here, this mechanism takes place according to Markovnikov rule. Negative part is added to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogens of double bonded carbon. And see here, during this mechanism, no rearrangement takes place. Without any rearrangements, water molecule will be added to alkene. And one more, this mechanism takes place by anti-addition mechanism. Anti-addition takes place according to oxymercuration and demercuration. Let us see, I will show an example here for that. What is this anti-addition? So now here I am going to take a molecule, just like as earlier, same molecule I will take here. This is, and here the methyl group is there. CH3, and let here hydrogen is present. This is hydrogen. Now when this is subjected to oxymercuration, demercuration, nothing but CH3 COO taken twice, Hg, and the second reagent is NaBH4 reduction. Then what is the product formed here? So what I said here, anti-addition takes place. First, by removing this pi bond, I'll represent the molecules here. This is CH3, H, where OH is attached here, there should be anti, just a minute. OH, H, CH3, and this is H. Right. This is the product what is formed here. Let us see now. So observe here, methyl group and hydrogen group are oriented towards the weir before addition of water molecule. Now what happened here? We are adding water molecule, means H and OH. Now at this carbon we have added OH group towards the weir, means out of the plane. Above the plane we added water molecule, and at this carbon H will be added beyond the plane. So what we add here, H and OH both are in opposite planes. This is what is called as anti-addition. In earlier case, in oxymercuration, demercuration, both H and OH are present in the same side. But here, in this case, H and OH are added in opposite sides. So this is what is called as anti-addition. So oxymercuration, demercuration takes place according to anti-addition mechanism. So here no rearrangements are possible. What the alkene we have taken as it is to the alkene, which contains the less number of hydrogens. Sorry, a small mistake here. OH will be attached here. This should be OH and this should be H. The negative part, OH is attached to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. Here there is no hydrogen, but here is an hydrogen. So OH we should attach here and H should be attached here. So here the addition takes place according to anti-Markovnikov addition. Okay, so this is regarding the preparation of alcohols from alkenes. First one, addition of water molecule to alkene in the presence of dilute H2SO4 according to Markovnikov rule. The second one is hydroboration oxidation. First hydroboration in the presence of diborane, followed by oxidation with hydrogen peroxide in alkaline medium. This hydroboration oxidation takes place according to anti-Markovnikov rule without any rearrangements. And third one is oxymercuration demercuration. So this oxymercuration demercuration takes place according to Markovnikov rule. No rearrangement takes place, and addition of molecule takes place according to anti-addition mechanism. So this is regarding preparation of alcohols from alkenes by 3 different methods. The next preparation is preparation of alcohols from carbonyl compounds, that in tomorrow class will continue.